you.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And you would naturally...
Going to be filling out some changes to the game state, similar to what we were doing before a while ago.
You would have every kind of pleasure, see. And after several nights, you would say, well, that was pretty great. But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which is well, something is going to happen to me that I don't know what it's going to be. Then you would get more and more adventurous, and you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now. Awaken from this illusion, and you understand that black implies white, self implies other, life implies death. You can feel yourself not as a stranger in the world, not as something here on probation, not as something that has arrived here by fluke, but you can begin to feel your own existence as absolute. What you are basically, deep, deep down, far, far in, is simply the fabric and structure of existence itself.
With Brood War, Ultralisks have both chitinous plating and current NGS +1 armor. Well, the faction that's a change to the base unit, the increase to armor, but you will have to be the right faction to have access to the Ultralisk, that set of Ultralisk upgrades. Also, welcome. Hello. Hope your day is going well. Just using it, having it in action, to me, like, feels very much like an ability that, especially since you need to bind for energy, which I think is fair. There should be some sort of, like, if you bind for energy, you don't really have that much energy left. It's like you have to make the initial investment into the unit, and then they start out with, what, like 65 energy or something? Or 50 energy? So, you know, you can bind to 2 structures, and then move out onto the battlefield, and then be active for, like, all of 5 seconds. So the window is much smaller than it should be for the unit to see use, is what I'm thinking. The relay recall is mostly so that, for one, it opens up a lot of possibilities for Protoss, particularly if they're moving out and they get attacked. They can use the relay recall to return to base faster. Sort of similar to the Mothership Core recall, but obviously not nearly as one-click and brain dead. That's from Starcraft 2. Of course, I don't even know if that's still the case in Starcraft 2, but back when I played the the game's multiplayer, that was a big thing back in like Heart of the Swarm. But yeah, there was stuff like that, and I just wanted to go through and find something. Like here, I just have to plug in the... You didn't end up including the upgrade speed increase, or the production speed increase, correct? Yeah, I think Warp Relay could be the default, and then you could upgrade to Clarion, or vice versa. I guess Clarion is probably like a good default unit. And then the Robotics Authority can outmode. The reason why I outmoded Reavers is because Reavers and Clarions both help out a lot with siege potential. But Clarions and Warp Relays are also both support units. So I guess I would also worry about giving the player access to really easy ways to Warp Relay Reavers, but it's not really that big of a deal. Though you know what is going to be absolutely broken is if you end up Warp Relaying carriers, especially since they start out with some interceptors already produced. That's actually gonna be pretty nuts with that change. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of interesting elements of the game, just with that one, with this one unit. What's up, Halo Dude Cool? How you been? Yeah, you were saying we are Legion 10 million times. So recently I ended up porting in all of the changes, all of the base layouts from the... This is what I was doing before I got on today. I ported in a bunch of base layout changes, or all of the base layouts from the old map for the Terrans and the Protoss, and I just have the new Zerg ones. So where we left off on the AI yesterday was that I wrote the logic for the expansion build threads, but I didn't write the main build thread, and I don't know if I wrote the third build thread either. I'll have to look back at that. Just woke up, yeah. I feel that. I just woke up like an hour ago, pretty much, an hour and a half. Sleep it in. That's why I have this. Most of the time I wake up much earlier. Just means I'll sleep well tonight, I think. I think the energy cost will be steep as well. This won't be an ability that's super easy. How good are Hierophants? Specialists. He's BRBing, so I'll have to let him know later. Can you believe I'm still working with this game, Halo Dude Cool? Remember when you've been a sub for like 12 years or something crazy, man. But it's been a real trip. Real fucking trip. We're still kicking. I don't know if I made my Arbiter. Oh, it's 3. Maybe it should be 75 energy, though. We'll have to wait and see on that one. I do have to throw in an energy upgrade for them. I don't even know what level of upgrade we're at. Wow. Impressive. I don't remember what the, I think it's just 60 seconds for tech research, but I'll look that up. And I think that should be in here anyway. Well, it just says time 80. I don't know what the fuck that means, so. And then I still have to... There it is. I actually don't know when this will first appear. We'll try that for now anyway. Okay. I have to go to mutation. Hit. Oh, here it is. Needed to grab that. Actually, I did not see the Kassan Screamers, but I'd be happy to play that map again if you can, like, once you figure out the crash and all that. I don't know when I'll have time to do that, but I would like to do that. I'm just about done plugging in all of the changes to... the shit for the new game state. Osteroth. Maktistok. Man, can you imagine aberrants being used by AI? Them just annihilating you? What's wrong with this formatting, man? Yeah, these changes are actually pretty big. I don't know about 200 gas for the warp relay. The new Terran add-on is, well, we'll just say that the name is to be determined. A work in progress. Oh, I guess I have to add in... don't know why I was in Find in Files. That's a prank. What's up, Veek? That's psychotic. Future Station is that was the name of the hero add-on that I had planned for a comedic project. So I thought it would be epic. How are you, Veek? Sorry if I already asked you that. For some reason I don't remember if I said anything to you.
I don't love you anymore.
Since when?
Now. Just now. I don't want to lie. Can't tell the truth. It's over.
Doesn't matter. I love you. None of it matters.
Too late. I don't love you anymore.
Cocked.
The only night I enjoyed it. But I can't. I prefer you. Locked me all night. I enjoyed it. I can't. I prefer you. Locked me all night. Goodbye.
I was trying to figure out some way to conceptualize working with ad build and expansions and stuff. I think what I'll probably end up doing is anything that's supposed to be ad built from the main will have a resource check of 1,000 floating money. and then everything after that will be like 1,000 and 250 or so, like it'd be 250 minerals more of a check, or resources or whatever, some percentage, like 25% more. So that the idea is, first they will reinforce, like stock up on production structures in their main, then they will stock up on production structures in their natural, and then their third, and then maybe there's like no preference for the other ones or whatever. That's my idea anyway, because we need to have some sort of system that can support the AI actually making use of the space that it has, really regardless of where that space is, if it's in their main or not. Like in the case of the Protos's main, he has enough resources, I think, to actually use all of the structures that are associated with his main. And then maybe there should just be resource checks for every single production structure in the expansions. Like at some point, I think we probably should be doing something like that, where they build all the pylons and set up the defenses, at least in the immediate extremities, but they don't bother working with warping in additional production structures until they actually are floating the money required. What's up, Man Yank? I know your real name is Mayank. I think there was a StarCraft 2 cast I did where somebody's name was Mayank and I called him Man Yank. I don't know why I remember that, but probably because Man Yank is a really good term. What's up, Connor? It was like Man Yank and Pop Tart or something. It's a wild 1v1. Probably not. It's probably boring as fuck, but you know how it is. I don't think from the first mission we're going to throw Clarions at them, because I don't think I'm even going to introduce Clarions in the Terran campaign. The Terrans, I mean, I'm trying to think of like what information I should be throwing at the Terrans, since they only get to fight Protoss for 2 maps in the current rendition. Maybe I can sneak them in as a small player in the early stages of the campaign, but I kind of want the first introduction the player has to the Protoss to be this domineering, all-powerful force, where like the Terrans just feel genuinely overwhelmed and just fucked. You know what I mean? I want to provide that sort of experience, if you will. So it is reality now, yeah. My StarCraft 2 casts are coming to life. I'll download your update, iQuare, and throw that into the Mapcrap Mega Archive. Yeah, I don't know. I think the warp relay is probably just gonna have to be a custom sprite. It's so specific. You know what I mean? Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to close that last one. All right, slap that in there. Close that, close that. Where's the player 2? I must have accidentally closed his AI. I guess not. Alright. Yeah. I have no idea. Like, that's going to be a tough one. Any organic asset is so difficult compared to a good-looking mechanical artificial asset. If it's something like that, it's going to be pretty tough, I think. I haven't. I might end up looking at what you did for why can't I remember? Add build, just because I'm not 100% sure if I'm doing it, if I will be doing it the right way. So I'll write out my implementation in this context and go from there, and then I'll look at yours for a comparison. Oops. So I will be right back. Don't even need to pause the video or anything. Yeah, I was kind of interested in the idea of like I was gonna call it a Nidus Bastion, but I didn't really know how I was going to go about implementing it. I don't know if it would fit in Hydra, but you would morph, you mutate a hatchery and then mutate into the new structure, the Nidus Bastion, instead of a lair, and it would basically behave. It wouldn't spawn larvae anymore, but it would be a production structure for that psychotic worm unit that I had the concept of, where it has the segmented things. So it would basically be like a production structure, like a conventional factory or something like that. But for Zerg, and it would produce some wild-ass units. At first, I was kind of thinking that the... I was kind of thinking that the changes to the mutation pit were going to turn it into a production structure now I'm thinking it probably makes a bit more sense to make different larvae, aberrant larvae. Yeah, exactly, Iqueer. But that'll probably have to be a Brood War thing. I'd love to see that in action, especially AI using that, like following it around with mutalisks or something while it's just running around with like 6 sunken colonies on its back. And I was thinking there would be a very late game up, like that unit by itself is like a tier 3 or 4 unit, but there would be an even later game like tier 6 upgrade for that unit that would allow it to burrow through cliffs. So for example, it could just walk through like here. It would move slower, but the idea is like any part of it that's inside the cliff is completely untargetable. Or maybe it's not untargetable, but it has like increased armor. But I just think there could be so many really exciting things that you could do. If only we had real access to the code at hand. Oh, here's what I did. I did staging, but I didn't do the expansions. It's okay. We'll do those now, and then we'll do the mains. Aberrant larva. Well, the aberrants are like the heroes for the Zerg. The epic strains. So yeah, those guys. Oh. I don't actually know which one is... Okay. Zerg 1. Zerg 2 is the space map. And Zerg 2 needs aberrance implemented before I can actually play it. Or before... Like, that's one of the tech things that we need. Really, it would be nice to have relics and heroes for Protoss implemented in the second map as well. So I need aberrance and relics for the second map for the Zerg and for the first map for the Protoss. It's gonna be a little while before we get there. Overmind Ode. Oh yeah, 2 Overmind up there. Yeah, it's the second campaign. That's why that's called that. I still kind of think it's funny that Blizzard just took the mind over matter thing and turned it like, oh, overmind! Overlord? Overbrain? No, overmind. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Have a little creativity. One, two, three. Okay. Oh. Oh, the only question is, which one is the third one? Oh, did I even update the base layouts here? Well, that's accurate anyway, but it does not seem like... Oh, maybe they were just swapped or something. Yeah, I don't think I updated these. That's okay though. Yeah, you select the aberrant larva and they're this. I mean, I would want them to look actually distinct. So there's that. And yeah, I thought you might be a little bit delayed. I wasn't sure what to make of that exactly. I think these are all the same ones. But that's okay. Just means old me was right. Yeah. Or that I actually did change this and I just don't remember. Do the 3, and then we do this and that. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know about larva size shield. Imagine they finally show, like, that could be something that I do in Hydra Dark Origin. I'll probably just cut that mission, to be honest, but if I did remake it, I could just make it so that it ends with Zeratul killing the stasis chamber. And it's just a fucking larva with shields, and that's the hybrid. Yeah, Cordovan is P1. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if there's any background noise that you guys can hear. I do have my window open because it's super hot, so hopefully that's not that big of a deal. I think that's just, I'm thinking it's like there's somebody's like mowing their lawn or something, but that's probably just the stupid bass of this song. just change that. Although this may get me blocked, so. No, I don't. Maybe not. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's good. The rest of these are sunkens. Oh, Veek, did you message iQueer about your idea for the resource area stuff? Oh, I probably didn't send you all of the headers or something. My bad. I think I only sent... Unhooked, SCBW, hooks, graphics, and AI folders, and everything that was in here. Alright, 12 and 13 then, so I've got to go down here and change... Well, that basically just means I have to redo that, but... So... It seems like nothing changed up until 13, so now I've got to go find... I think 14's over here somewhere. Or was. No, that's 15, 16... Where is 14? What the fuck? That's 2 and 3. It's 18. It's 11. Down here? Uh-huh. Alright. Easy enough. So now I just take this. And then delete 12 and 13. And we're good. Alright, so I need to redo the main anyway. Just rewrite it from scratch. Oh. Let's do it this way. Alright, so I know the 9th creep colony is... Spore colony. I don't even know if you can build a structure there. I think you can. Should be able to. Should be fine. And I think we're done with everything besides attacks. I'd started to mess around with the attacks, but didn't get very far. Alright, we don't need quite so many here. You know, we have 5 here, 2 there, 6 there. And it looks like 2 layers max. Pretty sure I can just go straight into the... wait, don't I still have this open? Yeah, I do. Pretty sure I can just grab this and throw it in there. Oh wait, I'm supposed to experiment with attack add relative. So I guess I'll be taking a look at Iquer's stuff after all. Oh, never mind. I'm over engineering this. Just delete this. We don't need it anymore. All right. I wonder if the attack add relative thing has the same limitation for number of units. Oh, cool. Is it something really dumb? And yeah, I was gonna ask about the number of attacks that's possible. Oh, right. I have to get rid of these. I mean, I guess I just don't need them anymore anyway. Oh. Well, I guess that explains it. I had a feeling it might be doing that, but it shouldn't be given the hunter-killer train order unless it doesn't own any hunter-killers. I'll have to take a look at the triggers and figure that one out. Can you make it so that after train it gives the spawn larva order? Or something? Is that like possible to fix so that hatcheries can actually train? Oh yeah, I have to set the unit def to use. Oh shit, mixer isn't on. Yeah, one sec, I'll fix that. See if we're good. Looks like it. Alright, mixer should be on now. Alright, we finally did it. Holy shit. All that work for one AI, man. Just gotta delete all these placeholders now. I don't know if I start them off with a bunker or not. Oh. And then at the end of the day, I didn't even copy it properly. It's whatever, I'll just grab it from the other map. Yeah, progress is pretty good. I just finished the first AI changeover. The Zerg AIs are definitely going to be more involved since they require explicit instructions for it all, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal, I don't think. Yeah, I think I started out all of the, or both players with bunkers, both Terrans. There. That seems correct. I think I started them off with an engineering bay and missile turret before, whereas Braun started out with an armory, but I cut those out for now. Am I blind? Where's the volume mixer? Oh, I am blind. It was right there the whole time. Whew, that's an XD. All right. Bank load error. I don't think I even use banks. Oh. Oops. Wrong map. Expected U size, actually. Oh, okay, bye. I feel like that was a crash from before as well. Where for some reason starting off with some other shit would do that to you. No, I don't know why it crashes. That's pretty epic though. I start them off with a crash is what I start them off with. It's a crash in Progress AI script. I'll DM you it. It crashes on startup. I assume what it might actually be is that I don't have attack add relative or something, but I'm pretty sure I do. And that it wouldn't be called immediately anyway. Like what could be crashing so early on? Well, let me make sure that it's this AI script anyway. Set everybody else to neutral. Yeah, so it is this AI. I have unknown AI command. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is it must be something wrong there, but... no, that wouldn't be it. Yeah, I did that yesterday, which is why I'm wondering. I'll make sure that I actually added it, but I'm almost certain that I did. 2.28.3. Oops. Well, it's the same version number, but that doesn't really tell me too much. Yeah. I don't know what this bank load error is, though. That doesn't really make any sense to me. I don't even use bank data in this. I don't know what file it claims it's finding. We don't need Hydra Shaman AI anymore, right? Because we actually have the action commands. Oh, okay, so it wasn't me being a complete idiot, just a partial one. we assume. Alright, I just reorganized the config, and I guess I'll quickly check if there's any other... I can get rid of count as... Incorrect script pause value. So it's a defense thing. I only have weights, though, for the scripts in defense. For comparison, I only have weights in player combat. Unless you're talking about a different script. I use this, and I use attack add relative, but attack add relative would not be called that early. Yeah, it's the new script that I just wrote. I can send it to you if you want. I should start to upload my backups to Mega Nightlies. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I have returned. I don't have weights at start town. Let me take a look. What do you mean A's debug? Oh, like turn off commands? I don't even remember how that works. I guess I'll just put some unattainable weights at the beginning of a bunch of functions and see what's causing the crash. I'm just reorganizing my config right now. Yeah, it's a couple of moments after. It's after the town starts to initialize. Well, first I'll just turn off the defense block. As I recall, there were a few issues with that earlier. I don't know what you're talking about, because what you described with Ace Debug is not what I've used it for. Alright, it still crashes there. Let's take a look at what might be happening. What? Oh, okay. I was thinking of the one that disables commands without crashing or anything. It just makes them do nothing. I used that in Toddborn 2019. January 2019. I used that to figure something out. I wanted to make sure I was in the right folder, adding the right file. Alright, well, something I just removed did the trick. So it's either expanding, upgrading, or define maxing? Why would the upgrades crash? So it's something within here that crashes. Let's see if any of the other ones also crash. Yeah, it looks like they all crash. Yeah, it crashes, hold on. It does not successfully jump. Epic. Well, what do we do? Is what I don't know what the fuck to do in this situation. Why would it fail to hook? I guess we have to ask Nave. Why? I just want to know why it crashes. Why would there be a problem? Can't get a break. Oh. Oh. Alright, let's try that. Oh. Yeah, I don't know when you are planning on porting Nave's changes. I guess we could talk about that for a little bit. I know it's almost time for you to go. But do you have any ideas as far as updating A's and doing stuff like that, like what you would want to do. Because I know you said you wanted to work on Overlord for a while. So I'm wondering what you think would be the best approach. I can make it so that he... I literally just changed it, Connor. I wish I could make it so that the AI would prioritize mining full mineral fields. Right, you were talking to me about working on the GraphQuare parser. Hey, why are you attached to that? Right. Quit stealing those minerals. That's for your future friends, you fuck. Main question is, where's his extractor request? Oh, I see. It's a pretty quick expansion, though. I think that works out. They get oldest peoned. Do you know what would write a different amount of data to the... or a different command ID, I guess? I use Q with literally everything, so yeah, if you have an update to that, I would like it. They are kind of slow with workers. I guess they just need more hatcheries. Very strange. So they have this attack, right? They were supposed to attack, but they didn't because... is there a way for you to do a Q relative command at some point very soon? Because we need that for sure. Destroyed. Because he, for whatever, even though well, maybe attack at relative does nothing right now in my build. I don't know if I even have it. But yeah, if you can add Q relative, that would be awesome. Pranked. So I think they need to get their second hatchery in the main faster. I underestimated how much money they would actually have. So... But what the fuck? Why do they have a layer? Oh, did they do a build one layer if needed, like a lunatic, and then decide, hey, I actually don't have a layer? It seems like if the AI doesn't have a finished layer, they just fuck off pretty much. Really strange behavior. Like, if they don't have a finished structure that they then are requesting a player need for, they assume that they don't have any... Like, they don't look at morphing structures to see. So, that's probably why they have, like, the Basilisk Den issue where they build a lot of Hydra dens. But at the very least, they morphed double layer over here because they didn't have a finished layer in the main. That probably won't happen next time because I have the layer requested faster, but that should be fixed. I don't know what's going on there. I guess I'll throw a base layout spire somewhere over here as well because that's really asininely placed. Yeah, if you want to do the generic Q subcommand, that could work. And I agree about the designing your own function thing. Well, I fucked that up, but that's okay. They seem to be doing pretty well. Obviously, they're not attacking because I don't think my build has attack at relative. That's what it seems like anyway. Well, yeah, eventually we're going to move on to other things. That's for sure. But I wonder why they're not building an extractor over here. They don't even have that many requests, to be honest. As you can see, they're down at like almost single-digit requests at this time. It's pretty crazy, all things considered. And they would definitely use some of the stockpiled money that they have. I already fixed that bug. Though we are getting into weird territory now. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure why they're not getting their second hatchery over here. They have plenty of money. So that doesn't really make any sense to me. Like, they have the request, and it's at a request priority of 90, which means obviously it's pretty good. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. They seem to have slowed down on actually picking up satisfying requests or whatever. But whatever. Yeah, we just need the ability to specify the maximum. There's the hatchery. It's super late, but they're doing it. I like how they're basically only building drones at this point. They have some units here and there, but it's funny to me. Who knows what the fuck is happening in this AI's head? This AI is a macro trainer. Can you make more money than me? No. Can you make more workers than me? No. What the fuck? I guess he couldn't fit it there yet. I'll have to add another weight there. Hey, thanks. My associate and friend Darkened Fantasies is responsible for the ramps. This is actually a map where the I've taken the jungle tile set and added a lot of the tiles from Badlands. So we have asphalt and such, but we also have jungle. So we actually are combining the tile sets in a sense. And then I converted Badlands into a nighttime tile set. Alright, so they're doing stuff, sorta. What's their upgrades like? Not too bad. I have to find a Hydralisk. There you go. No ranged upgrades, though. Where do I have a Zergling that I can click on somewhere? I like the proximity there. Spectacular. There's a Zergling over here. Wow. Oh yeah. Is this the melee? This is the melee one. Okay. Well, his attack threat is definitely wrong then, because I gave him the ranged one. But I can just copy that over for the second player. This guy's probably gonna go like Mutiling or whatever. Yeah, they could use some more foliage. I wanted to get a functional set of base layouts first and then figure out where the rest of it was going to be. Because I've realized that a lot of my maps have pretty good visual detail, but are fairly cramped, and so finding a good amount of open build space can be more tricky than I'm actually intending to make it. It's one thing if it's an intentional thing, which before it was, but now I've realized that that's not a great way to design your work. I need Aberrants for the second Zerg mission and the first Protoss mission. But I also need relics for those missions. So here's the sort of pipeline, right? I'm going to record my channel map later on today. The first Zerg mission and the first two Terran missions can be worked on and released in beta form. And hopefully we can have AI that doesn't have any issues with it, doesn't crash. Like, I obviously need the build with attack add relative, a Q relative command, and the changes that you made to Q. So I need those 3 things in the next A's build that you send me. Otherwise, I have all the tools that I need to make the first 2 Terran missions and the first Zerg mission in beta form. But I can't... I mean, I guess I also have enough tools to do Stormborn as well. Like, I don't really need to add any new tech. But the problem is, because I literally can do nothing else, I have to wait for the Pathfinder rewrite for the 3rd map. I have to wait for Aberrants and Relics for the 2nd Zerg mission and the first Protoss mission. So I can't really work on those until I have more tech available, until we get further along in the new game state environment. And so when we get to that point, I can go back to those maps. But because of that, I think we're probably just going to release those 3 maps sporadically throughout the next few months and have them be in beta form and not really pay too much attention to what they actually... or not really spend too much time working on the other missions, because I'm going to be busy with Inconsummate's rework and... I guess map craps, as well as obviously assets for you and... working on with DF on that collaboration we have. So I would just focus on the bug fixings and stuff like that for now. And adding those new queue feature commands. Once those are in there, and once the bugs are taken care of, we can figure out other stuff. But most importantly, I don't actually need much for Inconsummate, besides what we talked about with the map size extender for map 5, which may end up not being required anyway. Like, I'll get there when I get there. The maximum map size should be enough to make a quality map, if we don't have the tech. So in theory, once I get the latest changes from you about Q and attack add relative and all that, I actually should be fine to work on anything, be it the first 3 Hydra missions, the Stormborn update, in Consummate, something completely different, map craps, all that stuff. So if you want to make that last push to, by the end of this week, get all that stuff to me, and then just work on bugs and whatever you need for Overlord, I'm fine with that, and then we can resume work on Hydra later on. Right, yeah. What do you mean, Alexander? I see you posted 2 messages in the Outpost of Doom about Plutonia, and that's it. What's up, Dylan? Yeah, I'm gonna release... Hydra is a project that is meant to be public-facing in terms of both its development and also its testing, whereas I won't even send you and the other testers the package for Inconsummate until the whole thing is done, and I've done everything that I can to iterate on it and improve it and finalize it, besides send it for feedback and see what you guys have to say. So you guys are going to get pretty much a finished product for testing. And then after that, based on what you guys say, I will take that feedback and apply some changes. And that'll be the final iteration process, basically, where whatever all the testers give me for feedback, I'll consider. I'll make changes based on that, send them a new version, wait for that, and like we just repeat that process for a while. Now it's showing you some XML code. Well, it sounds like... That sounds like Discord. They use probably like 6 different programming languages in that program. If you even count XML as a programming language. Check out Discord status. They say everything's good, but who knows? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, by opting in, I mean, you can even recuse yourself if you want, Connor, and I wouldn't feel that bad about it. because obviously I know that you want to like play it for your channel and have it be something that you're not spoiled about. You can even just let everybody else do the testing and wait until the final cut releases to the public to play it if you want to. So there is that, if that's something that you're interested in. I don't mind that at all. So I know there's going to be people who don't mind that. Because I don't really want any videos like publicated about the content until it's finished. And if you've already play tested it heavily in the basically final stages of the work, for you to then make a video series afterwards, I'd be totally fine with you doing it. But there's probably a lot of there's not a whole lot of motivation to do so. I feel like, generally speaking, if you already know what's up. Yeah, they're just larvae with shields. And they morph into Zerglots. There's some custom graphic for that. That should go into a map crap. Actually, I don't even know if that was released. I don't know if I have that. I've only seen the screenshots of it. Yeah, I don't think it's out there, actually. I think it was just, there's some screenshots of it on InfoCenter back in the day. Well, you can try, maybe it's like, sometimes when internet shit happens where your internet goes down, it might send like a bunch of queries at the same time because it keeps failing to find a connection. And then the service's DDoS protection will kick in and temp ban you for like 15 minutes. At least, I think that happens. I don't know if it happens with Discord. I know it happens other places. So maybe that's what happened. But I have no idea offhand. Couldn't tell ya. Oh yeah, Sienna is still going to be pretty fucking crazy though. Like, Scarlet is a threat, but more so as like distracting you from the insane mech pushes that Sienna's going to go in. Like, Scarlet's more of a complementary player, whereas Sienna could kind of stand on its own. And then you look at, like, obviously the Ultramarine is also very much a stand on its own kind of player. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say that and have people underestimate Scarlet, because when you get hit with, like, 30 wraiths at, like, 15 minutes, you'll be like, I thought this player was supposed to be distracting me, not destroying me. Yeah, same thing, really. How difficult is it to transfer units from other games? I actually do that quite a bit. For my recent... well, I just minimized everything. For my recent Mapcrap submission, I converted a lot of units... Oops. From a game called Five Nations, which doesn't seem to have any content in it, but has a bunch of units and stuff, so they're not great conversions insofar as we are missing... like, it's kind of rough around the edges because that game supports transparency and doesn't have any palette restrictions. So you have to kind of adapt graphics from other engines to the limitations of StarCraft's engine when it comes to displaying graphics. But I was able to find a fair bit of, a fair number of units and, mess around with them. I still have to make some team color corrections at some point, but that shouldn't be too difficult to do. It's just time consuming, and so I don't usually like to mess around with them that much. But enough graphics that there's like a reasonable set of placeholders, more or less. Although some of the more the units that have like crazy number of frame sets, those are a little bit more difficult to work with. I don't think I had finished this one. That was going to be I was going to use that as a placeholder for the like one of the Spire mutations, I think. Oops, I actually accidentally clicked on that. But yeah. So it's not necessarily difficult, it's just you need a little bit of background knowledge and you need a lot of patience. Alright, I will compile this and test that, I guess, later. It's supposed to be a fix to the Charlie issue. Why is this program so slow? I'm pretty sure I sent those to you already. Didn't I? I think I converted all of the units that you needed, but maybe I missed one. What's up, Bailethal? Did they provide you with a solution, Alexander? Ah, good morning. Yeah, you just mean the Discord website? Discord app? Oh. Cool. Looks like it's the same thing. Oops. Oh, okay. So I just checked this earlier, but it wasn't here. Yeah, okay. So it's just a generic issue then. I still seem to have access on Ripcord, but I'm not gonna bother trying to post anything. They finally got in trouble for housing furries and pedophiles. It's over for them. Rest in peace, you degenerate motherfuckers. Oops. Well, they seem to be using that fine. The main confusion to me, though, is why they would be training a hunter-killer at all. They're only supposed to get that request when they don't own one. If I go to Charlie, I find his main hero. Yeah. It's never supposed to bypass this as long as they bring a Hero Hydralisk to the anywhere location. But it works this time, and one test is enough for me to update it. So thanks. And there was no immediate crashes either, which is also nice. So we'll go for it. I'll just... Did I already close the... Yeah, of course I did. It's okay. Alright, let me scroll all the way up. A long way. Oh, here, I'll just search it on my phone and I'll tell you. I'm glad that those reactions exist. I can access it from mobile, it seems. Alright. So I sent you Twister. I definitely sent you Flamethrower already because I already did it. Oh, we were still working on Toddborn over here, so that's a ways off. Holy shit. I'll keep scrolling. Pizza quest implemented. Yeah, so I sent you the Avenger on February 1st. If you search... if you search, we can't pack an icon either. That's like right before I sent you the file. And then I sent you Explorer on February 3rd. And the Flamethrower, like I said, I already sent you a while ago. But I can send you all these again if you want that. Yeah, I think that was all I did. And then I started sending you terrain. The issue, if you try to access Discord through the Discord app or the website, you just get an XML error. That's the issue. Imagine the reality. All right, well, I think that'll do it for now. I got to get ready to do my channel map video, and then probably a Big Boys Table podcast. So, oh, and laundry. Can't forget the laundry. But I will be back tomorrow for yet another stream. We'll probably continue working on this, since I still have to do a lot of work for the AI. Mostly it seems like I have to modify base layouts for the Protoss after the Zerg are done. The Terran base layouts don't seem very affected at all, so that's a plus. But yeah, I'm mostly just going to be slotting in all of the new functions that we use. And yeah, hoping for a fix and some updates to the commands that we need the most. I think if we get all of those commands and updates from iQuare by the end of the week, the first Zerg mission should be playable by, Friday, Saturday. So that's only in 2 or 3 days. It's probably going to be 3 because that's the magic number that follows me around everywhere I go and percolates the brains of Hollywood executives everywhere. So expect it then. But obviously, continue to watch the development, and I will be back to hit you with some more news. We'll just very clearly see where we stand in a short while. Of course, at some point I do need to make a bunch of custom tiles, like cliffs that blend with grass, so I can make this whole area grassy. That'll be very exciting. And of course, at some point I need to make raised grass, like raised jungle. So that'll be very time consuming, but beyond doing those things, I think we'll be okay. I think we got this in the bag. So bye. Thanks for hanging. Big kisses.